Welcome back. If you've just joined us, you're watching Channels Television, celebrating 21 years of professional broadcasting. This is the news at 10, and here's a reminder of our major stories tonight. The U.S. government says it's in dialogue with the Nigerian government over the release of $458 million Abacha loot. The Senate postpones the confirmation of EFCC Chairman Ibrahim Magu over low attendance of lawmakers. NBA President Abubakar Mahmoud charges Nigerian leaders to take a cue from Cuba in the provision of basic amenities for the citizenry. And Syrian army suspends combat operations in eastern Aleppo to allow for evacuations of civilians trapped in the battle zone. Now do remember that all our top stories are on our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. And do log on to m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. Besides the news and updates, the Channels TV app has an eyewitness feature. We encourage you to use it to share those pictures, videos or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the eyewitness menu and then follow the instructions. Protecting and empowering communities is an effective way to improve national security strategies in the fight against terror. Now that's according to the African Union representative for counter-terrorism. He made this known today at a workshop addressing the root cause of violent extremism at the National Defense College. Our correspondent Amaka Ukafo reports.
A cross-section of participants drawn from different parts of Africa at a workshop to address the root cause of violent extremism using the Human Security Response approach. African Union Special Representative on Counterterrorism, Mr. Larry Bavelo Latte, sets the ball rolling. According to him, solely depending on military might and legislation will no longer cut it in the fight against violent extremism.
When the individuals, the requirements, the empowerment, the resilience, the protection of the individuals and the communities are the center of considerations, it turns out to provide the necessary security for the state. And therefore, we would want to see how we can strengthen the local communities, how we can strengthen our individuals, how we can strengthen our youth, how we can strengthen mothers to talk to their children, how we can strengthen the chiefs to be able to get more control within their communities.
The commandant of the National Defense College advocates partnerships between countries, continents, regional bodies, and even the states and their civilian population as a sure way to nipping the issue of violent extremism in the bud.
What we are experiencing today in Nigeria, as well as some part of West Africa and beyond with regards to the scourge of violent extremism, is an integral part of the global challenge arising from the interplay of domestic and international forces. It has become also important to form a global partnership to make significant progress in addressing the root causes of violent extremism.
Simply holding conferences and seminars will not be sufficient in reducing violent extremism in the continent and beyond. Action needs to match words with action if the desired result is to be achieved. Amaka Ukafo, Channels Television News.
Let's switch gears now and cross over to the Federal Capital Territory. Here's Ibrahim Adra. Hey, Ibrahim.
Many thanks, Ijoma. Now, the Senate Committee on Constitutional Amendment is proposing that local governments without democratically elected councils should not be entitled to revenue from the Federation account. The committee is also proposing that the Constitution be amended to ensure the President and governors designate and assign portfolios to those nominated as ministers or commissioners before legislative confirmation. Our correspondent Linda Hiwe reports.
There have been 3 successful amendments of the Constitution since the return to democracy in 1999. An attempt to amend the Constitution in the 7th Assembly was unsuccessful as former President Goodluck Jonathan failed to sign the Constitution Amendment Bill into law before the expiration of his administration.
To make this motion.
The 8th Assembly has again begun the process of amending the 1999 Constitution. The chairman of the Constitutional Review Committee presents the proposals for amendment before the Senate. Some of the proposals are a uniform 3-year tenure for elected local government council officials, provide for national savings of 50% of oil revenue above the benchmark for a particular year and 10% of any non-oil revenue paid into the Federation account, abrogate the state joint local government account and pay monies due to local government councils directly into their respective accounts.
Section 147 and 190 of the Constitution be amended to ensure that President and Governors designate and assign portfolios to persons nominated as ministers or commissioners, respectively, prior to confirmation by the Senate or the State House Assembly.
Another federal lawmaker, Senator Stella Odwa, is presenting a bill before the Senate to provide an institutional framework for constituency projects.
The constituency project shall constitute, if approved, 20% of the annual budget by ensuring that certain portion of the nation's annual budget be set aside for rural development.
Bring federal resources to aid local constituencies so that problems that cannot be solved by the resources of the local government and states alone can be aided by federal presence.
Senate President Bukola Saraki believes that the controversy surrounding constituency projects need not arise.
Now, if in the implementation there are issues, either in the award of the contract, the implementation of it, the mobilization, those are executive issues. And I think any serious executive arm of government knows how what it needs to do to ensure that funds that have been allocated, all our responsibility here is to provide those projects to our constituency, full stop.
The debate on constituency projects may not abate for some time, as many Nigerians take the view that it has become a conduit pipe for self-enrichment. Linda Akibe, Channels Television News.
The Inspector General of Police, Mr. Ibrahim Idris, has given an assurance that the reverse rerun polls will be safe and conducted in line with the rule of law. The IGP made the remark while on a visit to Governor Nyesom Wike at the State House in Port Harcourt. The IGP said he was in the state to personally supervise security operations ahead of Saturday's poll.
I want to assure Her Excellency that from our own end, that's from the security end, we are going to jointly provide a very, very intensive security coverage for this election, and therefore I want to use this opportunity, to appeal to both the government and the good citizens of this state to support us, so that we'll be able to support us to enable us to provide a proper environment for this election to be conducted.
Still on the reverse rerun, the All Progressive Congress has staged a mega rally at the Akubugawan Stadium in Eliakaya, Port Harcourt, the River State capital. This comes less than 2 days to the much anticipated legislative rerun elections in the state. The rally, which attracted about 12 serving state governors and some members of the Federal Executive Council, also had in attendance the national chairman of the party, Mr. Odige Oyego, and other leaders of the party. And some of the party's leaders said they are confident the APC will win the polls on Saturday.
Are we ready? Are we ready? River State, are you ready? I know you are ready. Let me tell you why it's important for you. That is good that we are all here. Indeed, when we were coming, so many people are outside. It's good, we thank you for doing that. But on Saturday, it is votes that count. I want all of us to come out on Saturday to go and vote. And when you are going, please don't go alone. Get at least 10 more people and ask them to go and vote.
Support and vote for the candidates of the APC to the National Assembly
to go and work with him in a more harmonious and cordial atmosphere. I can tell you, as a former Speaker of the House of Representatives, that legislature is key and critical in governance. I therefore commend you to come out in mass and support all our candidates.
Meanwhile, the PDP also held its rally in Rivers State. Leaders of the party led by Governor Nyesom Wike gave an assurance that the party will win the polls while adhering to the electoral regulations. Governor Wike asked INEC to ensure the polls are free, fair and credible. He also commended the party supporters for being peaceful despite several alleged provocations from the opposition.
Now, he gave people who said they want to do rally, and I watch them. And I know what happened. I say, make I expose them to the world. They want to go do the rally for us in Borough Park. They say, me, I don't want to give them stadium. I say, no, I go give honor. Not only will I give honor, and I'm not going to pay money free. I'm not going to take free. Then go bring their brothers from the other side. As they will come, sure, don't catch the people. Now the people come to us, say, why you bring us come here now? If you know say I'm not there for grant. Now so we go take when the election be this way. If they say we not give them now, who for no say, the word for no say they not get anybody. A whole national rally. And I see what happened here today. Shame, shame, shame.
The federal government has declared Monday, December the 12th, as public holiday to mark the Eid al-Mawlud celebration. The Minister of Interior, Abdulrahman Dambazo, made this known today in Abuja. The minister told all Muslim faithful and Nigerians to support efforts being made by the president to build a strong, united and peaceful nation. He also asked Nigerians to use the occasion to pray for peace and sustainable national development. When the news at 10 returns, Nigeria's central bank set to reduce adult financial exclusion in the system. That's next.